Hi, this is Craig Phillips, also known as Craig the Water Guy here at qualitywatertreatment.com. Thank you for visiting us today. We really do appreciate it. We want to go over our 5600 SXT water softener with you. Fleck water softeners, Pentair Corporation, has been around for over 75 years. They do not make water softeners as a complete system. They only build a control valve. Then the control valve is purchased by what we call an OEM, an original equipment manufacturer. And those OEMs purchase the tank and the resin and other components from other manufacturers, and they build the systems per specification, and they ship them out to the dealers or the dealers' customers. All of our systems are drop shipped directly to you from a few different OEMs that we use. The systems come with a manufacturer warranty of 5 years on the control valve and 10 years on the mineral tank and the brine tank. The brine tank comes with a safety float with a brine well to keep the brine tank from overflowing with salt water all over your floor if there's an issue. The systems come with a bypass valve. These are 3/4-inch valves internally. The bypass valve is a plastic bypass valve with on and off handles. Our meter system on this, the electronic SXT meter, we use a paddle wheel meter, which is more robust with less issues with sticking and binding than a lot of our competitors use. The turbine wheel, which is a small turbine wheel in the back that has a tendency of getting caught up with debris and hardness minerals, causing issues with the system not being able to meter properly or not meter at all, to where you have to take it apart, clean it, and put it back in. With the paddle wheel turbine that we use, you don't have those issues. Quality Water Treatment is always here to give you technical support when needed, either through our live chat, through email, or through our website. We're very knowledgeable. We have been in business since 1990, so we've been doing this for a while. The 5600 miles Fleck water softeners in general are not high efficiency systems, so they don't have any water or salt savings like the Soft Pro water softeners, for instance, that are extremely highly efficient, that will save you up to 75% more salt and up to 64% more water than the Fleck will. So if you're interested in that, check those out on our website by going to the city water, click on residential, and scroll down. You will see a comparison chart with those different savings, but in a video, but you will also be able to click on the software systems and check those out. The resin that we use on our 5600 SXT models is a 10% cross-link resin for our standard model. And the reason why we use 10% resin over the typical 8% resins that most of our competitors use is because municipal city water, they use chlorate or chloramines to disinfect your water before it gets to you. And chlorate and chloramines is not just bad for you and your plumbing, but it's also really bad for your resin bed. 10% cross-link is more durable against chlorine and chloramines, so it will last a lot longer and perform a lot better than your 8% resins. The typical 8% resin on city water that has with chlorate or chloramine in it will last anywhere from 5 to 10 years, if not protected with a carbon filter or a KDF filter. Your 10% resin will last 3 to 4 times longer than that. So, and it will also, like I said earlier, it will perform better. So that's the reason why we use 10% over 8% resins. So let's go over the options here, what we call build your solution. Our Fleck water softeners come with a set of free bonus quick connect hoses. The 3/4-inch side MPT screws right into your adapters that the system comes with at the bypass valve. And the other are shark bite fittings where they slide right over your plumbing, your CPVC, your PEX, or your copper plumbing. So it makes the installation really easy for you. And if you have to click on this right here in order to get them, if you don't do that, you won't get them. So make sure you click on that if it's something that you want. You can also use an upgraded resin, what we call an SST60 resin. Instead of getting the 10% resin, you can upgrade your resin to SST60 resin. SXT60 resin will save you up to 40% on salt and up to 60% on wastewater. It's a hollow core resin. So it doesn't need as much salt or as much backwash in order to clean that resin bed up and recharge it. So if you want to get a Fleck water softener that is high efficiency, add the SST60 resin to that by clicking on here. Okay. If you want to remove chlorine from your water and heavy metals from your water, add the KDF 55 filter. The KDF 55 filter hangs inside the tank. It snaps to the bottom of this control valve. We have a video that shows you how to do it. It's very simple. So when you use water, it runs through that KDF 55 media first. It runs through your resin bed. When the system regenerates and it backwashes, it doesn't just lift the resin bed up inside this tank, but it also lifts the media up inside the KDF filter to keep it loose and keep it clean for you. KDF filters typically last 12 to 15 years before you need to replace them. When you need to replace them, you just simply unscrew the control valve from the tank, unsnap the KDF filter, snap the new one in place, put it back in, and you're ready to go. The chlorine is great to remove because, as I said earlier, it protects your resin bed, but it also protects your plumbing and you and your family by removing the chlorine. It also removes the byproducts from chlorine. It also removes up to 99% of heavy metals from your water. Our reverse osmosis system is a little different than the majority of reverse osmosis systems you see out there. For those that don't know, reverse osmosis systems are used to produce bottled water. That's what bottled water companies use. When you go to a store and you're using one of their water vending machines, you get bottled water. That's a reverse osmosis system. But the problem is that the majority of them that don't have the alkalizer filter, they strip the water, they strip out so much stuff from the water that your pH level drops between 6.5 and 6.7. So the water is now acidic. Clean water, great. You're drinking great. It's good for you. Acidic water, not so great. Your body does better in an alkaline state than it is in an acidic state. So what we have done, we've added the alkalizer filter to our reverse osmosis system to not just give you bottled water quality, but to also raise the pH between 7.5 and 8.5. So now you have bottled, clean, alkalized water. These systems here are manufactured in the USA out of Arizona, and they carry a 5-year warranty, which is better than most reverse osmosis systems out there. Usually only carry a 1-year warranty. Then we have our bottled water machine for the whole house. That's an upflow catalytic carbon filter. You put this in before your water softener. This is an upflow carbon filter. It doesn't require any backwashing. It doesn't require any electricity. The water runs down through the center tube and upward through the carbon, picking it up every time you use water, keeping it loose and fluffed. The reason why we use catalytic carbon, which is a man-made upgraded carbon compared to our competitor that's using coconut-based carbon, is because a lot of municipal supply companies are now using chloramines in the water instead of chlorine. It's more effective and it's less expensive than to operate their systems that way. Chloramine is a chlorine and ammonia base. The problem with it is that it's really hard to remove at higher flow rates with standard carbons. It's also highly corrosive to your plumbing, so it's even that much more important to remove it now, not just for the health aspects of you and your family, but for the health aspects of your plumbing and your pocketbook. You don't want to tear up your metal pipes with that chloramine. Over time, you will get leaks. So the carbon filter will remove, using catalytic carbon, will remove the chlorine, and it will remove the chloramines at higher flow rates. Your standard carbons out there, like coconut-based carbon, will remove chloramines, but it won't remove chloramines at higher flow rates. It'll remove it at low flow rates, but not higher flow rates. So taking a shower, filling the bathtub up, running the dishwasher, doing laundry, those are all considered higher flow rates. So they're not going to be that effective where the catalytic carbon filter is. The carbon also removes pesticides, herbicides, petroleum products, heavy metals from the water, and also pharmaceutical products from your water. So if you want really good water throughout your whole house for you and your family and to protect your plumbing, choose the bottled water system, the catalytic upflow carbon filter. It's a very good investment, and it also protects your resin bed on your softener as well. I hope that helps you folks out. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please give us a call at our toll-free number, or use the live chat on our website, or go ahead and send us an email. Thank you very much, and have a great day.